I live life with worries. My name is Sal Mosqueda, and today I would like to tell you about the time my brother went to the hospital and how it changed my life. More precisely, I would like to recount where my story begins, explain what happened during the time he was in the hospital, and then address the outcome of what had happened. Where my story begins was when I was always a scared and sad child. I was always worrying about the future, which is weird since I was just so young. My parents and sisters seemed happy and they were always supportive, but I was just an oddball. This was always happening throughout my life, even as I got older, kept worrying more. Eventually, just as everyone would expect, I got tired of this and I felt that I was holding myself back. Now that I've showed you a little bit of how I used to be, let me tell you about the part that changed all of that. My baby brother was born in March of my sophomore year of high school. And when he was born, and it was as if he had lightened up the world, since he was always happy and cheerful. That was when I was beginning to feel happy with the present, since he was born, and when he was born he was a surprise, and basically he surprised everyone. Then when he was about 6 months old, he got very sick. He was sad and tired all day. He was lethargic. We took him to many hospitals, but there were never any answers with what was wrong with him. After trying every hospital nearby, we went to CHOC, Children's Hospital, Orange County, where they thought it was leukemia. After a little less than a month, they had figured out the problem. It had been caused by my mother, who was vitamin B12 deficient. Therefore, my brother was not getting any of the vitamins. Then they gave him the vitamins, and it turned out he wasn't deficient. He was just not consuming them because of my mother. So he was able to absorb them. So after they gave him the vitamins, he went back to normal. The only difference was that he was delayed due to the few months that he was sick. Fast forward 2.5 years later, and he is exceeding most children his age, since we work with him every day. Now let me begin to explain the outcome of this story, of what had happened. The entire time he was sick, I was scared about losing him. I was even more scared about the assumptions of what the doctors thought was the case. When he got better, I was so happy and so proud of how strong he was, since he was getting tested every day for a month. This made me realize that we can't be worrying about what is going to happen and let it drag us down. Instead, we should cherish what is happening in our lives right now and live in the moment. I think it's crazy how your life can be one way and the next day it can switch to another way. Now, I decided to live every day to the fullest. So now, what was the purpose of this talk? Well, it was to share with you how my story began, talk about the time my brother was in the hospital, and then address what happened after. Now that I've told you about what happened and how my outlook on life has changed, I hope this changes your outlook as well.